Back at it again at
Mario Kart.
I gotta stay high all the time to keep you off my mind.
Hello, welcome to LTM Reviews, where I get you caught up on the oldest movies. Norm of the North. Where do I even begin with this movie? Let me do this, to explain the plot. Allow me to explain the plot by doing my Rob Schneider TV voice. You ready? Rob Schneider is a polar bear living in the Arctic until one day he finds out that they are making condos in the Arctic. And in order to stop the condos, he has to go to New York. And being in New York, it's not as easy as it sounds. Rob Schneider is Norm of the North, rated PG-13. It's actually rated PG, but it should be more like NC-17. I'm not kidding, that's literally the plot of this movie. This is like the dumbest thing, the dumbest plot I've heard in a long time. I mean, who made this up? Whose idea was this? Who made this movie? Splash Entertainment, I guess? Okay, let's start with the problems. The biggest problem with the movie is its story. I mean, we've heard of this story 1,000 times already. Why do we need to listen to it again? The story is very lazy and generic. The writing is atrocious. It doesn't know what it's talking about. It doesn't know how to do it. Why are they building condos in the Arctic? I have no freaking clue. None of the writers didn't care about wanting to answer that. The characters are the worst part of this movie. I know I said the worst part was the story and the writing, but the characters are just so bad. I mean, let's get to the bare basics. Norm of the North is voiced by Rob Schneider. Now, I don't hate Rob. I mean, he's made a couple movies in the past. But why? Why would he get a role like this? Who said, hey, Rob, you want to join our new movie? And he says, yeah, I don't care. I'm not doing anything Happy Madison related, so why not? I mean, why would Rob sign up on this? There was a time when Rob was funny. Say what you want about his movies, but there was a time where he was actually funny. The Deuce Bigalow movies, The Animal, The Benchwarmers, The First Grown-Ups. He had a few bumps here and there in the past. He's had a few problems in the past, but a few bad movies. But there was a time where he was funny. This movie, he's not funny. He's really phoning it in. There's no charm. He's not funny. He's not likable. You could argue that he is likable, but he doesn't have a good personality in this. The character is so generic and so basic, it makes me want to go to the Arctic and make the whole world go extinct. The animation is beyond low quality. I mean, I guess some of the character designs are okay and some of the backgrounds can be a little bit beautiful, but the designs of the characters and the setting are just so generic and so painful to watch. It just makes me want to take off my invisible glasses and I can't even tell the difference. I can't even see anything with them, you know? I guess, is there anything good in it? The soundtrack is fine. I mean, it's nothing really, there's not much to say about the soundtrack. I mean, I do like a couple songs, but most of them are just generic, forgettable pop music. The characters are dumb. The story was lazy. I didn't have fun with this movie at all. I don't know why this movie was made or why it was released in theaters, or even why this became a franchise because there's sequels, but I didn't like Norm. Overall, I guess if you want to see a so bad it's good, if you want to look at this as like a so bad it's good, go ahead. But for me, it was just unpleasant. Norm of the North is not only the worst animated film of the 2010s, but also the most shameless. I mean, comparing this to the Emoji Movie, at least I know this sounds crazy, but at least the Emoji Movie had potential. I'm not saying it's a good movie, but at least it had potential. It could have worked. It just wasn't made by the right people. If it was made by the right people, it would have been a good movie. Food Fight kind of the same way. Food Fight is not a good movie, but it could have worked if it had the right people involved. And there was so much potential. Norm of the North just doesn't have a good story or premise. I mean, saving the Arctic, we've seen this 1,000 times already, and it's getting kind of old. I know I've been moaning about this, but Norm of the North gets a 2 out of 10. It's just very unpleasant, very unfocused. It doesn't care what it wants. The humor is very unpleasant and unfunny. It's just not a funny movie. It's just a generic kids movie. Kids will like anything, so I guess you can give it to them, but I say don't watch it. Alright guys, that's Norm. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Please subscribe. I know I've been a little slow recently, but I'm taking a break from the movie. And recently I made my, I'm starting my Chronicles of Luke series, which I'm not going to last very long because, you know, it's just a mini series of the stories of my life, but that's about it. So I've been resting a little bit from the cult of George Lucas. So far the movie's been doing pretty well. I did good reviews from critics and audiences, so at least that's good. So I'll let you guys be. What's the worst film you've ever seen? Please subscribe, comment below, let me know, like, share. This is LTM signing out, and I'll see you guys next time.
Where in the world can a kid just be a kid at a place like no other in the world? Chuck E. Cheese's. Chuck E. Cheese's, where a kid can be a kid. Come on and join the fun at Chuck E. Cheese's, where a kid can be a kid.